What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I am back with my second out of the theater review for this weekend. Now, I saw two movies tonight, and the first movie is actually this one, and that is a little movie called Land of Bad. Now, this is one of the worst titles. It's one of the worst titles. So it's not something that jumped out to me. I was like, this sounds like a straight-to-video movie. But, I was like, yeah, let me give it a chance. This year has been bad. This year's been pretty bad so far. These first 2 months for movies, like The Beekeeper is the best thing I saw by like a country mile. I haven't really enjoyed much. I've been going to the theater. This was I think my 10th movie that I saw at the theater, and it's been not great. So I couldn't even say I was super looking forward to, but it was an action movie. I was like, at least maybe I'll get some action. So I'm going to give you my 2 cents on this. But before I do, if you would please consider subscribing to the channel and go ahead and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified when new videos drop. Give me a thumbs up down below, and also leave me a comment if you saw this movie, if you liked it, if you hated it. I want to know your thoughts on it as well. This is going to be quick. This movie is good in a lot of ways and not so good in some other ways. So I'm going to start with the positive right off the bat. The action in this movie is fantastic. It is fantastic. And if you guys don't already know, me and Alex, we do a podcast called the Action Movie Guys Podcast. And this is the kind of movie that would absolutely get a 5 out of 5 in the action from both of us. I know Alex hadn't seen it, but if he did, it'd be a 5 out of 5. I mean, it's a war movie. So basically the plot is this group of soldiers. They are going on this mission in the jungle in like the Philippines, and they're going to like extract somebody. It's like a rescue mission, pretty much. And things get crazy, things get compromised, and that's it. It's very simple, and that's like the basic plot. This has 2 of the Hemsworth brothers, unfortunately, not a Chris. We got Luke Hemsworth and Liam Hemsworth, and they're both really good in this. Like, I'm not a big fan of Liam Hemsworth, but I thought he was really solid in this role. He looked the part. I thought his performance was good. Milo Ventimiglia pops up in here, and he's really good in this. I liked his character a lot. And then as far as like known big kind of actors, we do have Russell Crowe. And Russell Crowe plays an Air Force general, not a general, like something right under general. I don't know. He's like high up, but not as high as he could be. And he spends 90% of his screen time is sitting in a chair on a computer communicating with Liam Hemsworth, like on the mission. That's it. He's in a chair. But if he doesn't like he pretty much steals the movie as far as performances. It's not that surprising. I mean, he's an Oscar winner. So Russell Crowe's really good in this as the guy in the chair, like trying to help him navigate. I did get vibes of what's that movie with Gene Hackman and Behind Enemy Lines. It's similar to Behind Enemy Lines in that way of this, guy that's stuck in an area and has to get out. But anyway, the action is fantastic. You get a little bit of everything. There's hand to hand. It's brutal. It's R-rated, which I love. It's bloody. You get guns, explosions. Now, we talked about in an ambulance review, Michael Bay using a drone. There's 2 shots in this for sure that I know that they use a drone. And it's awesome the way they did it. They're short. Well, I'm pretty sure one of the times the drone flies through like an explosion, and it was awesome. So I thought the action was fantastic. The downside here is that the story is very basic. Very bare bones, very simple, and really it feels more like a video game. So if you've ever played like a war game, literally like take Russell Crowe, he'd be like a voiceover that's talking to you in the game like, get to the helicopter, get to the extraction point. Blah, blah, blah. Like that's pretty much his role. And in my mind I could picture like up on the screen the thing coming up saying like get to the house facility and blah blah blah. Like it's just like, okay, gotta do this. So the story, while Russell Crowe adds some flavor and his little storyline adds some flavor, these are not like very well written characters. They're just like Army Guy 1, Army Guy 2, Army Guy 3, and Air Force Guy. That's pretty much I don't even remember their names, to be honest. I think Liam Hemsworth's name is Kinney, and I don't remember anyone else's name. So they're just not memorable in that way. I know Russell Crowe goes by Reaper the whole movie because his name is, I think his last name is Grimm, something Grimm. So that was kind of cool. But anyway, I actually really enjoyed the movie on the whole. Yeah, the story's not deep. It's not a script of like a masterclass of writing, but it does the job for this style of action movie. And the action is so well done. It is not a straight to video type. The production values are there. I kind of had a blast with this movie. The only other negative besides it being, it's a little too long. It could have been, almost 2 hours. I could see an hour 40. They could have trimmed a good 15 minutes off of this and it would have been perfect. As it is, it drags a little bit, but it ends on a good note. I had a really good time with this movie. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I can't go higher because it is kind of basic, like I said, and the video game storyline is not amazing. But if you're an action fan, I will say, if you just want action and that's it, this is like a 9 out of 10. The action is fantastic. But as a whole movie, still a 7. I quite liked it. So nobody was in my theater when I went to see this. There was maybe 6 of us. I don't know if it's doing very well in the box office. I think more people should see it. Hopefully it finds some sort of life on streaming or physical when it comes out. Check it out, Land of Bad. I think it's worth your time. Anyway, that is my second review, and I will be back next week with a review of Dune 2. Finally, March is coming. Some big movies are coming, and my next review will be for Dune Part 2. Until then, take it easy.